All right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. We are back here for this afternoon's weather video. Today is the last day of 2025, December 31st. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Take a look firstly at the national picture and have a look here. There's not a whole lot to talk about. We have some rain in the southwestern part of the country, as you can see there. And then in the upper Midwest areas, there is some areas of snow out here. You know, Michigan, Toronto, Chicago, Detroit, Pittsburgh. There's quite a bit of snow in these areas. And there's some rain in eastern Iowa. I wanted to mention that. Mason City over towards Clinton. There is rain showers that is going on here across those areas. But for the rest of us, we are dry and calm out there. Not a whole lot to go over. Now, let's talk about the temperature map. And we are fairly mild for this time of the year overall. But the temperatures are starting to cool down a little bit. Sioux Falls reached the high temperature earlier today. We were at 37, and now we're down to 27. So we've dropped about 10 degrees today. As I mentioned this morning, the temperatures, we'd reach our high temperature early in the day, and then temperatures would fall as we go throughout the day, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. So again, 27 in Sioux Falls right now. But look at just south of Sioux Falls. Look at some of these impressive numbers. 52 degrees down in Vermilion right now. That is quite the contrast. You know, you have 52 in Vermilion, and then you have 27 in Sioux Falls, and then you got 19 in Brookings, 16 in Marshall, 13 in Watertown, 9 degrees up in Britain, single digits up in northeastern South Dakota. So it is a very interesting contrast of temperatures. Then to western South Dakota, we got 26 out in Pierre, and then you go out west, look at some of these numbers, 57 right now in Rapid City, very impressive numbers. And then you go down into Nebraska, look at some of these numbers, 55 in Valentine, it is 63 right now in North Platte, wow, very warm, 61 in Grand Island, 52 in Omaha, 55 in Sioux City, into Iowa, 46 in Des Moines, 32 in Mason City, 29 in Spencer, and then 44 in Iowa City. Into Minnesota, it is still pretty cold here in Minnesota, 18 in Wilmer, it is 18 in Minneapolis, 12 in St. Cloud, 16 in Marshall, 25 in Rochester, and 27 in Worthington. So we are overall pretty mild with, again, the exception of the northeastern part of the region, you know, Minnesota, and then eastern South Dakota is the only exception. Otherwise, Iowa, Nebraska, and western South Dakota and southern South Dakota are very warm. So we're going to get to what's ahead here in this forecast. We're going to look at the rest of your New Year's Eve and look ahead towards tomorrow, New Year's Day, and then we'll look at the rest of the forecast, the rest of the weekend, and into next week. But first, let's hear a brief word now from our sponsor, CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
All right, so as we look at the latest weather model here, looking at your future radar, this is the current map. As you can see, not a whole lot going on except for eastern Iowa. And as we play this out, that will continue to move east out of our region. And then as we head into tomorrow, your New Year's Day, the only thing that we see is up in northern and into eastern Minnesota. There could be some snow showers near the Minneapolis area up towards St. Cloud, maybe up farther to the north there. Other than that, though, the rest of the area is dry. So your travel plans for the rest of today, New Year's Eve, and tomorrow, New Year's Day, look really good. Should have no issues. We don't see anything in the forecast, so we're going to be dry, we're going to be clear, and we're not seeing anything in the forecast. So travel plans are perfectly fine. And then Friday, we again do not see anything in the forecast. No precip in the forecast. And then Saturday, same story. So your weekend forecast also looking dry. We do not see anything in the forecast on Saturday or Sunday. Now Monday, same thing. We do not see anything in the forecast. So that is the theme of this forecast. It is a dry forecast. We do not see any systems coming through the area at all. And then same thing on Tuesday, not seeing anything. Same thing on Wednesday, and same thing on Thursday into Friday. So we do not see anything, and so that is something we're going to keep stressing to everyone, that we do not see any systems in the forecast overall. So it is a quiet period of weather that we're going to be seeing over the next 7 days or so, maybe even 10 days. So now as we take a look at your temperature forecast over the next several days, again, today we got that split of temperatures, and that's going to be kind of a common theme to this forecast overall, is we're going to be seeing kind of a contrast in a split in temperatures. So, farther south and west you go, you're going to be warmer. If you go farther to the north and east, you're going to be a lot colder, and we're kind of in this in-between zone of clashing of the air masses between the cold air and the warm Pacific air. And Sioux Falls is going to be right in the middle of that, mid-20s for a high tomorrow for your New Year's Day. Overall, about average for this time of the year. But you go north and east of Sioux Falls, you're going to be stuck in the single digits, like in Minnesota, and teens. And then you go west of Sioux Falls and south, you're going to be in the 40s and 50s. And then how about Friday? It will be a little bit cooler, it looks like, on Friday. Looks like Sioux Falls, though, might be slightly warmer, actually, around 30 degrees. That's about average for this time of the year. Minnesota is going to be stuck in the single digits in teens, 20s and 30s in Iowa, 20s and 30s in South Dakota, and 30s and 40s, even 50s down in Nebraska. So if you want the warm air, you're going to have to go farther to the south into Nebraska, looks like, on Friday. And then for your weekend forecast, it looks like, once again, we have that split of temperatures. 40s out to the west, even 50s down in Nebraska. Sioux Falls in the mid-30s for a high. That's above average. So we will be turning a corner, it looks like, by the time we head towards Saturday. So it looks like until Saturday, we're going to be around average for this time of the year, for Sioux Falls at least. Teens and 20s in Minnesota, and then finishing out your weekend on Sunday, we're looking at overall a pretty nice mild day ahead of us on Sunday, with low to mid 40s for Sioux Falls. That's pretty nice there. 50s and 60s out west. Have a look at those numbers. Even just out to Mitchell, we're at 53. And so 50s and 60s out to the west there on Sunday. And then how about next week? Well, more of the same. It looks like we're going to warm things up starting on Saturday, lasting Sunday, Monday. Look at these numbers on Monday. 46 in Sioux Falls. Looks like 50s to low 60s out to the west. And then on Tuesday, we're looking at 40s and 50s across our area, even some 30s in Minnesota, northeast South Dakota, but overall 40s to low 50s across South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska. So another nice day, it looks like, ahead on Tuesday. That would take us out to January 6th. And then on Wednesday, looks like another nice mild day on Wednesday. Looks like temperatures in the 30s and 40s across our region. A nice forecast looks like there. And Thursday, well, it looks like another nice mild day on Thursday. So taking a look at next week, it looks like we are still going to be having those above average mild temperatures next week as well. And the NOAA map that I've shown before, that we've been showing, also illustrates that we're going to be seeing those above average temperatures in the next 6 to 10 days, and maybe even the 8 to 14 day window as well. So for the foreseeable future, we just got to get through basically the next couple of days, and then we're going to warm things up again back to mild weather. at least for Sioux Falls. Now, for other areas like Minnesota, we're going to be cold throughout most of this forecast. But then you go out west, and every day is going to be very mild. So it just depends on where you're at, really. It depends on where you're living. If you're out farther to the west of our area, west of Sioux Falls, you're going to be warmer. East and north of Sioux Falls, you're going to be a lot cooler. So closing things out with your 10-day outlook for the Sioux Falls area, we're looking at cooling trend again as we go through the next few days. Mid-20s Thursday and Friday. And then as we head into Saturday, we'll start to warm back up, low 30s. And then by ending your weekend in the low 40s on Sunday. And then next week in the 40s. And again, not seeing any precip in this forecast. For the Aberdeen area, looks like we're going to be colder. We're going to be in the teens the next couple of days, and then we're going to jump into the low to mid-20s on Saturday, and then low 30s by the end of your weekend, and then 30s next week, and not seeing any moisture or precip in this forecast. For the Pierre area, we're going to be warmer. We're going to be in the 30s the next few days, and then by Sunday, we're going to jump back into the 40s, and then next week also into the 40s. Maybe cooling off slightly by the end of that 10-day, but overall still above average temperatures for this time of the year. And once again, for Pierre, no moisture or precip. For the Rapid City area, look at this. We got 40s and 50s for this forecast. 50s are going to feel very, very nice out there. Now, cooling on Friday and Saturday, low to mid-40s, but overall 50s is going to feel really nice for Rapid City, so a really nice forecast for the Rapid City area overall, and we do not see any precip for Rapid City either. So this was sponsored by the Black Venom Outdoors and the Gatekeeper Security and Fence. We'd like to thank you guys for watching. This is the final upload of 2025. It's been a great year. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for all of the support that we've had this year. This year has been the best year for T-Storm Chasers. We have grown a lot. We've grown tremendously in a lot of areas this year. So from the bottom of our hearts here at T-Storm Chasers, we'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for all of the support this year. And here's to an even better year next year. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next year.